That's extra ear protection. That's how it's supposed to work. So remember I told you the boys were gonna get this running? All right, so you got the battery in. You got the fuel filter on. You did that the other day with me. I didn't really help, but you got, did you check the oil?
Well, we didn't know what type of oil to use.
Is there any oil in it? There's no oil in it, is there?
No. Wait.
Ha ha! You don't want to run it with no oil. That's a really bad thing.
Wait, do you know where the oil for?
I do. I do know where the oil for that is. So why don't you start with one of those and then we'll go from there. Now, I understand that this is not proper 4-stroke like motorcycle oil, but I'm also not going to go crazy before we find out if this thing actually even runs at all. So we're going to take it nice and slow. We're going to test one thing at a time, and if this runs, hasn't run in years, and if it does run, then we'll go from there.
It was made in 2009.
I don't think so. This is.
It said it's.
Did it really say 2009 on it?
And even when I got the key from Craig, he said they got it at 2009.
Okay, so this thing's just sat outside. Okay, that's not bad. We can work with that. What do we got? We're about halfway. So
We should use some.
No. Let's just start it like that. All right, hold on. We have gas. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We only put a little.
I think we're gonna.
We don't have much fuel in there.
If it starts up, just leave it there for a couple minutes, okay? All right, let it off, Clay.
How's this one?
That's for the juice.
Well,
Oh yeah.
sure, you can try that. That's fine. Let go.
I forgot that doesn't.
It does work.
No, it doesn't.
Wait.
No,
yeah, look.
listen. Oh, that's the choke. Yeah, that is the choke. There you go. It does work. There you go. You didn't need a finger there. There you go. All right, go. Oh, what's this? Is this lights?
Yeah, those are lights.
Are you sure that's not an on switch?
Yeah, look at the lights. It's just shining bright.
Okay. All right. There's not an, all right, that's fine. Go. All right, so we have a bunch of dirt and stuff on the exhaust. And that's what's smoking. So, and that's not me, it's just, who knows, there could be a mousy in there for all we know. All right, so starter works. Everything works except for we're having issues with fuel. I'm not seeing your fuel move here. So my guess is we probably want to, you're gonna let it cool down, and then you're gonna have to take this apart and make sure and replace your fuel lines. I don't know if you have enough fuel line. Do you have enough to do both?
I have enough to go to here and then over here.
Yeah. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to pull your fuel apart, put all your fuel back in a tank, okay?
I
Okay.
just disconnect that.
Yeah, that's fine, and put it in a tank because you're gonna have to fix the leak here because this is leaking. It's leaking over here somewhere. Yeah, it's literally about to fall out. That's about to fall out, okay? All right, you guys figure that out. Good job, you guys actually got to turn over. What'd you do? You got battery?
Yeah. We got the battery, the oil, and then...
We tried putting a little bit of gas in there.
Yep, it could be that the carb is just gunked up. So you may just have to pull the carb off and then give it a blasting with some carb cleaner, okay? And clean it out.
And we need to buy a new light. One of the lights are broken.
Well, there you go. I don't know if I would worry about that because I think what you guys are going to do with this, can I tell you what I think you're going to do with it? is I think you're gonna turn it into a little go-kart. That's what I would do with it.
This thing goes 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, you can change the gearing out in it. And then it'll go like,
80.
well, I was gonna say 30, but they go way faster than it needs to. But you're gonna have to do some changes to it to do that. It's got plenty of power, 22 horsepower.
That's more than my dirt bike.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yes, but yes and no. All right, we're gonna let them finish that. I have a little, I'm having an issue. You know, like when it rains, it pours. Technically, it hasn't rained or poured, but here's the issue. I've been having issues with this continuing to run. We ran it down at our place the other night flawlessly, no problem. Came up here, filled this up with firewood and started it back up, and it keeps dying on me. So right before the boys got that running, I actually had it running, and I think I know what the issue was. I think I had a clogged fuel vent. So basically the clogged fuel vent was starving the carb from gas. So it would run really good for about a minute and then would just die. And so the way I tested that theory was I put a gas can underneath the fuel bowl on the carburetor, and gas would come out and then it would drizzle real slow. And then it would come out real fast when I would block it up for a minute, and then it would come out real slow. Long story short, I cleaned it out with some carb cleaner. So now let's test it and see if it's actually gonna run properly and not die on me. If it does die on me, then I'm gonna have to do some more digging and see what the issue is. Well, that is the problem I'm having right there. It runs and then it dies. So, yeah. Usually takes about 3 minutes or so, and it feels like it's just running out of fuel in the fuel bowl. So, I don't know. I don't really have time to waste pulling this apart, but I'm gonna have to pull it apart again and figure it out. All right, I pulled the carb off, completely cleaned it. We're like 15, 20 minutes later. It's gonna be evening. Well, it is evening. It's gonna be dark before we even get started. Hopefully that was it. I just started it. It seemed to run a lot better. I'm gonna start it one more time and let's see if it dies. Okay. You ever sit down to do something and it was supposed to be really simple and it just doesn't happen for you? Well, that's been 2 nights. We came up here and for 2 nights we've been trying to get my wood splitter that has worked for me every single time I've run it within 2 pulls, like every time. And we've had it for, this is the 3rd year. We got up here, we got all set up, ready to do Herman's wood, and it would run and shut off, just like earlier, run and shut off, run and shut off. Could not figure it out. I tore the carb apart, sprayed everything, cleaned everything. I didn't find any dirt. I looked in the gas tank. There's nothing in the gas tank other than gas. I cannot figure this out. Finally, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, and I realize that the machine is just slightly on an angle because we're sitting on the dump truck, and we're talking it's on just a little bit of an angle. You can see that. I mean, it's a couple degree angle. And I realized the orientation of the float inside the carburetor is just at the right spot, that if it's trying to be level, that it is going to end up being too low and it's going to starve with gas. And that's exactly what happened. Clint and I picked it up, and Clay shoved that block of wood underneath of it, raising it a couple inches. And that solved our problem. Within just a couple degrees, it was just the way everything was orientated. It was the perfect orientation for it to starve it of fuel. So here we are, 2 nights in, and we are now just starting to get this going, and we are going to finish it tonight. Sorry boys, but we are doing this tonight because we need it done. We can't wait. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you by not beating you with a horsewhip on a regular basis.
You don't do that anyways.
I don't?
No.
What a horrible farmer I am. Okay, let's get to work, boys. Sorry. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Okay?
Okay.
What?
Your thing for your hair was on your ear.
Oh, the whole time it's been like that. Lovely. I thought that was actually the little thing. Look, that's extra ear protection. That's how it's supposed to work. All right, let's get this done because this is going on way too long. All right, boys, come on. Let's get some work. Get your gloves on. If you need jackets, get your jackets out of the truck. Okay, it's getting a little chilly, and we are going to get this done tonight. At least everything in the truck is getting done right now. Well, that was a long evening, wasn't it, boys?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Are you guys tired? Gonna go home and sleep like babies, huh? Well, eat some ice cream and then sleep like babies. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe? Yeah, dude.
You still have to eat dinner.
Yeah, we'll eat dinner, eat some ice cream. Probably relax for a few minutes, but it is actually 9:20, maybe 9:30-ish, right around there. We got a good portion of this full. It doesn't look like as much as it actually is. It's kind of deceptive. The other thing about splitting this wood is it takes a lot longer. It's a lot more splitting, a lot more bending over, a lot more running the machine because everything's smaller. It's a lot easier doing our wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it took about 2.5, 3 hours to do all this. For us, it's like an hour and a half maybe. Yeah, it's not really that long for us, so it's a lot less time. And that's just because for us, it's a lot less logs to split and a lot less logs to stack. I will say this is a lot easier on my back because everything's a lot lighter to pick up, but we got it. It's done. At least this portion, we're going to bring one more load in. The next load, we're going to stack to right about here. Okay, and the rest we're just going to throw over the top. Hey, I have a question.
What?
That was a lot of work, right? But we didn't do it for ourselves, did we?
No.
You guys remember that when you're doing it?
Uh-huh.
This is not for us. None of this wood will be used for us. It's all for Herman. And you say, oh, well, you help take care of Herman. This is, I don't get paid for this. This is our time doing this, is our time just being genuine friends to him. Because, hey, if you can't do another man's firewood, what kind of man are you, right? All right, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.